welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to just start off by saying thank you so much for my 1,000 followers on YouTube. I'm so incredibly happy with the way that this channel has been growing and my viewers and subscribers that have come to watch my videos and to interact with me. It honestly makes me so happy to know that you guys are enjoying my videos. I legit started this YouTube channel thinking that it was just a bit of fun and that I didn't even think that anyone was actually going to watch my videos, let alone to wake up the other morning and see 1K sitting next to my name. So honestly, I am so grateful and I'm so happy. I really wanted to take this minute just to say thank you to following me and supporting me along the way, and let's just hope that we can continue to grow this channel and spread the love and just keep creating beautiful makeup looks. But I wanted to also mention that I wanted to create this makeup look. This makeup look is created from the Huda beauty palette. My video last week did so well and I figure I wanted to create another makeup look that was used from the same palette. Because I did a eyeshadow look that was a little bit more toned down, I wanted to see what this palette could actually do. So I wanted to try out the shimmery shades, I wanted to try out the matte shades, and I wanted to try out the electric shades. Hence why I have a shimmer lid with a really strong wing, some really nice mauve on the outer edges, and a really bold pop of hot pink on my lower lash line. I absolutely love it. It was so easy to create. These eyeshadows are so beautiful to use and they are so easy, especially for beginners. This is a perfect palette. Don't be afraid of the bright colors and the shimmers because you can also create just some really nice neutral looks. You don't need to go so way out, but yeah, I just wanted to create this makeup look just to show you what this could do. So if you want to learn how I created this pop of color with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition eyeshadow palette, please just keep on watching. As usual, we're going to start off by doing our eyes first. Because the eyeshadow look that we're going to go for is quite dramatic and quite full on today, I don't like to do my foundation and everything. Typically, you know what, I just don't like to do my foundation first anymore. I really like to do my eyes because I feel like that way we can sort of clean up in any of the under eye area and we can also just get a really nice clean eye. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start to prime my eyelids like I have done in my previous video. So taking my Too Faced Cosmetics Born This Way Natural Concealer in Very Fair, I'm just going to coat this all over my lid and start to shape my brow also. I like to be pretty generous as to how much concealer that I put on. I know it looks a little bit crazy at the moment, but that way it just gives that really nice base for us to do our eyeshadow, especially because this is quite a dramatic look. We need to make sure that the blending process is going to be perfect. Then once we've evenly applied that, we're just going to blend it out with the Beauty Blender. Set that, I'm going to take my Napoleon Purtis Camera Finish Close-Up Complexion Perfecting Powder. This is the same one that I always use. I really like it because it is a translucent powder and it just makes my eyeshadows blend on perfectly. Okay, so like I said, we are going to go in with my Huda Beauty palette, which is the same one that I used in my previous video. Last time, like I mentioned, it was quite a muted sort of, I don't know, everyday sort of going out look. I am going to go a little bit crazier because I just feel like this eyeshadow palette has been burning a hole in my makeup drawer and I've been dying to use any one of these colors. So I'm actually going to go in because this color right here is just speaking to me. So I'm actually going to create a look that is solely based around that color, which is called the shade Flamingo. I just think that it's such a pretty pink and I figure, well, if you're going to wear all black or all white, this would be a perfect opportunity to wear this color. So with my fluffy brush, I'm going to go in with the shade Sandalwood. This is perfect for a transition shade. I like to use this shade to run through my crease and get right into that socket just to sort of create a nice seamless blend. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Bossy, and it is almost like a, it's almost like a bit of a deeper mauvey sort of tone, I'm going to go into my outer crease and I'm just going to blend that inwards and then starting to work that into the crease. I like to go a little bit higher on the crease just so that when we go in with our glitter shade, it is already sitting above your hood, especially like if you do typically have hooded lids. It is really good to just sort of go in with that sort of style. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to do a cut crease if that is what you are planning on. And taking your fluffy brush and just blending these two shades in. I know I have mentioned this before in obviously my previous video, but these literally have to be my honest to God go-to eyeshadow palettes. Like, the way that these colors blend out is just ridiculous. Like, I honestly can't even brag about this palette any more than what I already have. Like, just the colors and the shades and everything, it's just amazing. Like, they are so pigmented and they're so creamy and they just blend so well. Taking the shade Shy, blending those two together, making sure that I'm doing it above that eyebrow bone because, like I said, I want to go in with a bit of a cut crease and that way it will just kind of blend in really nicely. I'm just going to keep building this corner area just to give it that really nice, almost purpley depth, just so that when I add in Shy, which is almost a color between Bossy and Flamingo, they're going to blend in really nicely together. Okay, so once we are happy with the shading around, I'm going to go in just with an angled brush and I'm going to take my Soft Ochre paint pot and I'm just going to start doing my cut crease. I'm only going to do a half a cut crease because I just want that inner quarter to be quite intense. Then you just want to set that cut crease just with any sort of lighter vanilla shade that you might have in your palette. I'm just going to use Bay and I'm just going to set that just so that when I go to put the glitter shade on, it's going to blend a little bit more and I can actually just blend these edges out a little bit just so they don't look too sharp. Then once we have done that, I'm going to go back in with Shy and just kind of run that around the edges of where we've just cut creased. Now, this is just going to soften that edge a little bit there because we don't want it to look too intense. I just want to make sure all of the colors are kind of blended into each other without being too hard. To do a cut crease is a perfect trick to be able to make a really bright, sparkly color stand out so that when you want to make your eye pop, it is going to have just the pure pigment color with none of your undercolor shades that are going to affect it in any way when it comes to that sort of look. So by doing this is going to create more of an intense look when we go to put our eyeshadow on. Okay, so now once we have set that with Bay, I'm now going to go in with Angelic and I am just going to start to pack that all over the lid. It is quite a pinky shimmery sort of color, but it's not too intense. I just think it like kind of just gives it a bit of a pop. Just to finish that, I'm just going to buff again, just with whatever's left on that brush, just to sort of blend out any of those edges and just kind of take away any harsh lines that it might have created. So once you are happy with the way that that looks, we are going to go in like what we normally do and just clean up any of those edges, because then we're going to start to do the rest of our face. So taking our makeup wipe again and just going to go in and just sort of angle out, just to sort of make sure that that is a clean area. I really like about these colors that this whole palette is typically something that I wouldn't use. Like, I would never use shimmery sort of colors like this in a normal makeup look, but I'm finding every single time that I'm using this palette and trying out different sort of makeup looks with it, I am stepping out of my comfort zone, and I'm really enjoying these shades. Of course, with this look, it can't go without a really dramatic wing. Today I'm going to go all out, seeing as we are using shimmers and glitters and all that sort of stuff, so I'm going to do quite a dramatic wing. And as usual, I'm going to take my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and I am going to carve those out. Coating my lashes, taking my Falsie's Volume Express from Maybelline. This is my favorite drugstore mascara. Just coating those lashes so that we can put our fakies on. I don't want this to be too much of a dramatic sort of wing, so I'm going to go in with a they're dramatic but they're sparse, so I really want to be able to see the actual eyeshadow because it's just so pretty. It's like galactic. I'm gonna say galactic. So now that that is done, we're gonna go on to face. Today I am going to prime the rest of my face with Makeup Forever Step 1 in Moisture Base Hydrate. So I'm just gonna go pop that primer on the rest of my face, and I'm going to start to prime all over. Then, as per usual, for a great drugstore foundation, I am going to be taking my Matte and Poreless from Maybelline, which is the Fit Me foundation. I love this as an affordable foundation. The coverage on it is amazing. I'm just going to do a base of that and take my damp beauty blender and start to blend that in. Then taking our concealer, which is the Born This Way concealer, just coating underneath our eyes again. We're pretty much just doing the same thing as what we always do when it comes to base. So brighten up that area. Then setting with Camera Finish Close Up Complexion Perfecting Powder from Napoleon. Setting the rest of the face with Kat Von D's Lock-It Tattoo Powder Foundation in the shade Medium 57. Then to lightly contour my face, I'm going to take the Hoola Bronzer from Benefit. To highlight, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sundipped Glow palette and take the shade Summer. This is my favorite from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and just highlight the tops of my cheeks. I like to do above my eyebrow a little bit too. Then once that is done, I'm going to go in and take the shade Flamingo, which is the color that I've been dying to use, and I'm going to start to run that along my lower lash line. This just adds a little pop of color, which is a bit fun. I'm just going to grab a little bit of the shade Man Eater on a flat brush and just kind of deepen up those edges a little bit and run it up to my wing. And once I've done that, I'll just coat my lower lash line. And for lipstick, I'm going to go in and lip line my lips and use MAC's Soar. Taking my trusty ColourPop liquid lip in Midi. This is a perfect muted nude shade, especially for when you are doing quite dramatic makeup looks. Then to finish this makeup off, I am going to use my Kat Von D Lock and Load Makeup Setting Mist. And that comes to the end of my tutorial today. So I just wanted to touch back on my eyeshadow palette that I did use today, and it was the Huda Beauty Makeup Palette in the Rose Gold Edition. I wanted to show you because I raved so highly of it the last video that I did, and I felt like that was a little bit more of a muted down makeup look. So I wanted to show you what you could create if you wanted to go full on with your makeup. And I'm like, really, this for me is not the colors that I would normally use. Like, I'm not into pinks, I'm not into peaches, I'm definitely not into purples, but I stepped out of my comfort zone today and I used those shades, and I actually created a makeup look that I will probably use again. I really like the little bit of a pop of the color that I have done on my lower lash line. That flamingo color is just absolutely beautiful. The Huda Beauty palette is just honestly the most easiest, wonderful eyeshadow palette I've ever used. Like, it's so hard for me now to try any other makeup palettes because I'm honestly just comparing everything to that. So I really hope that you guys are able to get your hands on it, what you guys think. But if you enjoyed this makeup look and you really liked the full-on dramatic eyeshadow makeup look, so if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you give it a massive thumbs up. That way I know which videos are the ones that you do enjoy to watch. And if you are not already, please make sure you subscribe to my online family. It is growing ever so much, and we, like I said, it just hit 1,000 followers. So make sure you join us today so you are notified every single time I post a video. There is a little bell button below, so you will be notified each time that I do upload. But I will see you all in my next video. Bye!